about Tennessee. I've learned a lot about its people, and I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about the political process, and I have a great respect and love for the people of Tennessee. It's a great state, and however this turns out, I will share. We will have no regrets, and there will be no regrets, because it's been an experience that very few get to participate in, and I've gotten to do something by the grace of God and the will of the voters. We'll experience victory on August 7th, but in the event that doesn't translate that way, there will still be no regrets, none whatsoever. The one thing that I always get is, Joe Carr, appreciate you coming, thank you for speaking, but what kind of Republican are you? Are you a Tea Party Republican? Are you a conservative Republican? You're not a moderate Republican, are you, Representative Carr? And every now and then, Vince, are you one of those country club Republicans? Because I always get that question. And you don't ever know what it means, because you don't know what the person's orientation or their context is when they ask the question. I don't. I know what it means to me to say Tea Party or conservative or moderate or whatever. And I think we hyphenate Republican because we are trying to separate ourselves in some respects with people we may disagree with. Now, that's just conjecture on my part, but as I was studying the question, I'm going to reject the hyphenated Republican, just like I'm going to reject the hyphenated American. The Republican National Committee platform says Obamacare is an attack on the Constitution. Let that sink in for a second.
Has there been this outpouring of support that I've certainly seen in Chattanooga?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. What it means is that there's a candidate out there who can treat the voters like they're adults, like they're equals, like they're peers, that I am just a voice for them in D.C. I'm a voice for Tennessee in D.C. And it's not so much that the people of Tennessee want somebody in D.C. running their lives. Quite the opposite. They want somebody in Washington saying you can run your own lives without the interference from Washington. And that's the kind of the ideas that I bring, and it resonates with people. They say, you know what, I know how to run my life. Tennessee knows how to run itself as a state. If the federal government would get its boot off the back of our necks, we could do that. And so that's why I'm going.
Yeah. And what does it mean to have that trust in our democracy, in our republic?
It's humbling. It's humbling. Every day you get on your knees and you thank God for it, and you thank the voters for it, and you just think, this is a serious trust, and that trust has to be grounded in just your worldview and what you believe is to be true, and you just exercise on those values, beliefs, and principles. So I won't say it's easy, but it's not complicated. This isn't complicated, and politicians and government trying to complicate it, so the voters are confused. So it's really simple.
Welcome to the
Thank you.
Corporate America Joe Carr for U.S. Senate rally here in Chattanooga.
We're missing the leadership that understands the greatness of this country, the providential, divine nature of what God has destined for this country that we still haven't fulfilled. And just as, if not more importantly, we're missing Tennessee's role in leading that, because we've always led in that. We've always been the first in fight when the fight is right. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, I believe, a tyrant in the White House. And we have a fight in front of us. And we're not picking up the mantle of leadership that has always been historically ours. Because our elected leaders, for whatever reason, you'll have to ask them, have determined that it's either not time, we can't win, or we're not able. And I reject all three. The time is now. We're perfectly able, and it doesn't matter if you think you're going to win or not. If the fight's right, it's ours to fight. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm running for the United States Senate. Because we need men and women in Washington, as bad as we need them in Nashville, understanding who we are, why we are, what we believe, and what we believe is worth fighting for.